playing tonight?
Warriors Spurs. Warriors Spurs. They played very well tonight. Great team defense tonight. Good concentration. Ball moved well. Did a good job.
Boban had 19 points in 13 minutes. What were your impressions of his play tonight?
He's one of the most selfish players I've ever been around. Shot it every time he touched it. It's incredible. I think he should apologize to his team tomorrow for being so greedy. He just wanted to get his name in the paper.
How can you be that professional in a suit that looks like that?
Well, I know you didn't get much sleep last night. Just trying to brighten things up.
Maybe I'm not seeing the color correctly.
Well, Coach, no Tony Parker, your floor leader tonight. Looks like you're struggling to score just 18 points. Thank you very much.
Gregg Popovich, 4 for 22 shooting so far on offense for you guys. What's the problem?
Well, it didn't go in the hole.
Well, Coach, defensively, you held Miami to 13 points that quarter, 7 turnovers, and 5 field goals. What was the key?
I think they were looking at your suit.
We just assume that it ain't broken, you're not going to try to fix it.
Okay.
Pop, you think this team needs a major overhaul to be able to challenge for a championship?
We just lost in the first round. I'm not going to think about overhauls. I'm going to get a bite to eat and maybe have a Gatorade. We probably should try hard to win that game. That would be the urgency. Jeez, oh whiz, guys, come on. Think of a question.
From being in this position against the Hornets 2 years ago.
What? Think about the Hornets 2 years ago?
You were in a similar position.
No, I won't think about that at all. These guys are grown men. They don't need me to say. Now, remember the Hornets, fellas. We got to really pull it together for Game 3. Maybe I'll talk about the Gipper if I'm going to talk about the Hornets.
Champ, tell me about your fiery Francophile, the Parisian torpedo, Tony Parker. Can he continue to be your main butter and egg man and still croak the boys from Big D?
Am I being punked or something? Or?
Come on. I'm old. My hand shakes. Your hand shouldn't shake. Sit straight. Relax. Next guy that misses a free throw is going to buy me a new car.
You know, he's been so tough on me. It's been like a little like a son-dad relationship because I arrived in San Antonio so young. I was 19 when I arrived. He threw me in the fire and he wanted me to like almost accelerate my improvement. So he was really hard on me. If you ask any of my teammates, he was the toughest on me. Sometimes the film, it was like the Tony Parker show. Sometimes he screamed at me so much.
If you play the whole quarter, it'll be 29 minutes.
But I'm fine. I didn't play for 3 days, Bob. I'm 29 years old.
Get back out there.
Whether it be a regular season or a preseason or whatever it is, it always amazes me how fired up he can get still.
Everybody's giving me advice. I'll be the 7th guy in a row. Follow through on every free throw and stay on the line. Knock them down, they're important.
He shows us some tape or starts explaining something we're doing wrong.
Are we having fun yet? I need a little bit more dose of nasty. I'm seeing a little bit of unconfident.
He starts explaining, being like a teacher, and then starts to get upset, and then upset.
It's not supposed to be easy. Every round gets tougher.
And then he starts being angry, and you can see veins here, like about to pop out.
Penetrate hard. Good passes. Shoot with confidence. I want some nasty.
Could you elaborate on I want some nasty? What you meant?
Why would you say something?
Because that's what you said.
Oh, I said that.
Yes, you did.
Oh. I said that? The heat of the game, you know, stuff comes out of my mouth, but sometimes it's embarrassing.
I want some nasty.
All-time playoff coaching wins. You see where Gregg Popovich stacks up on that list. You guys played, and you guys talk to other players, and players are always talking about coaches. Would you like to have played for Gregg Popovich?
Yes. Are you serious?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Without question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because he's going to get the most out of your talent, and regardless of how he does it, at the end of the result, when you go home and sleep at night, you want to know you played your best. That's all that matters.
Well, some guys are overly sensitive.
No,
maybe they don't like
want to play with those guys. But I'm gonna tell you what I think he probably does. What great coaches do. You don't have to do a lot to get a lot out of Magic Johnson. You talk about Red Auerbach, Bill Russell, those guys. They self-motivated. But I think coaches like Popovich, they get that little extra out of guys. Like Danny Green's had a career year. He's been on 4 or 5 teams. There's a reason he played well this year. You know, you look at Gary Neal. We never knew Gary Neal was alive until this year. I mean, I think great coaches like Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, I think they get a little more out of those others, as Shaquille and Kenny like to say.
I would agree. I played for Phil and Pat. But, you know, the thing I like about Gregg Popovich is he really sticks up for the players. He knows how to motivate them. And, you know, like Chuck is saying, he makes the little guys feel like they're very important. You know, he's been doing that his whole career.
Yeah, and I bet you were enjoying the coach.
I sure was.
Nice to have Manu on the bench.
Yeah, that's the first step, right? Being able to see him at least. You know, that's better than not seeing him. You know, he excites everybody, and you know, he's a great leader. And just having him there is important for us.
Are you pretty stunned with how quickly he got to this point to where he's almost there or something?
You know, I'm not stunned like, you know, a catfish getting hit in the head or anything like that. Not that kind of stunned. But I am surprised. We almost got him. Come on. I'm just glad my general manager wasn't in the locker room because it might have gotten me fired.
Before, halftime, or after?
You just don't get it, do you?
How do you counter the Warriors' speed going forward?
How do
the Spurs counter the Warriors' speed going forward?
I have no idea. I can't control their speed.